Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna knock out this video because I haven't really spoken on what happened with episodes 10 through 12 since. Well, I did one, which I'll elaborate from the last video I did, but I haven't really elaborated on this. And then the final episodes of the wedding's coming out tomorrow, so I want to give a spoiler warning. A spoiler warning. I haven't decided yet, but I may talk about the outcome. I know the outcome of the couples and who's gonna say no edit. I don't know. If I was making a video, I definitely give a spoiler warning, but somebody may come onto the live in the middle of it, so I don't want to ruin it from someone that does that. So maybe we'll hold off on the spoilers, but and do it without it. But the episode 10 picks up with Ben and Sarah. Right after their alleged argument that left them on a cliffhanger, which is crazy because episode 12 is does their wedding first and leave them on a cliffhanger. But I was happy that she was saying that she was going to give Ben a chance, and it's in his past, and you never know. Basically, what I was saying in my last video, you never know what people can change and all of that stuff, and just leaving the door open to give him a shot. Because again, as I stated earlier, I did not feel there was any substantial evidence. Some people came out and they didn't even say in particular like what he did. They just say he was a bad guy. So I was glad that she gave him a chance. I do feel like neither Ben nor Sarah are going after what they really want. And you should make sacrifices in relationships, but it shouldn't come at the price of things that you're passionate about, right? Sarah deserves to be with a guy that's into activism and care about these strong points that she passionately cares about. But Ben lets her off the hook, and he does this without even he's not even trying. He's not even saying anything of merit. And I think it came down to their last date that they had. On the last date that they had, she finally presses him, and she really presses him on the issue. She's asking him about his church and how could he not know his church's stance. In my subjective opinion, I think Ben is lying. There's no way you can be a prominent member of a church and go all the time and not know their true stance on the LGBTQ community. But what I noticed was I feel like Ben is the person you go for, not in relationships, but he's the person you go for in activism, right? Like, if you are passionate about a subject, you're passionate about black rights, you're not going to go after the people that's already passionate about rights to help you fight for your cause. And you're not going to go against the racist people that's totally on the opposite side. You're going to try to go for the people in the middle. Hey, I don't know a lot about this stuff. Because if you can convert them and get them to come over to your side, then you have more allies fighting for the cause. Again, I'm not talking about in boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I'm not talking about in marriage. I'm talking about just straight activism. Ben would be good for a target audience to where he just, I don't know, just in the middle. And if that person is a truly sincere, open-minded person and they care about the rights of others, you think that if I get him to come over, convert, he'll fight with me. So my wonder in their relationship was, if they get married and she's going to be on about fighting for all these rights, LGBTQ community and everything, what is Ben going to do? The final date that they had showed me everything I needed to know, because when she pressed him on his church's stance on the LGBTQ community, Ben showed his fight or flight when he said, I had a long day at work. He's basically saying, I don't want to hear this bullshit right now. I'm not trying to hear this shit right now, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice bed over there. We got a nice meal outside. We can go get up on there. Ben is all about, I just want to be with my girl, which goes back to what he told her when, I don't give a fuck about these stances and these strong points. So Ben is never going to care. He's never going to care about the things that you're passionate about. And he is in a mode to where he's fighting for you. When you're fighting for somebody, you're more going to be nicer and trying to do what they want. If Big is married and you're together, it's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. So that they should not get married, although I do know what's going to happen. But on the opposite side to that, let's look at what Ben's strong points are, what he cares about the most. Like he does care about his church, he does care about his community, and time again, he showed he's willing to leave these things just to be with this woman who he barely knows. I see two people who are just throwing away things that they care about. Ben should be with a conservative woman who don't give a fuck about all this fighting for right shit, who's just into him, is gonna go to church. He needs to be with a woman like that, and she needs to be with someone more in line to what the things that she care about. Although I will say, when her sister met her and she was pressed, when Sarah was pressed with saying the word acceptance, it did feel like, okay, you fighting for these lesbians' rights, right? And the lesbian is telling you some shit like it's uncomfortable or she don't like that word. It seemed like Sarah got a bigger attitude, and at that moment, Ben was more open. I thought that was funny. I thought that was strange. It reminds me of the riots with George Floyd, which she brought up. And I remember one time during the riots in Seattle, and actually I saw it one time here in Atlanta when they burned down was that a Burger King or was that a Popeyes? But these white Antifa people was burning down shit because they were fighting for black rights, right? But the black people marching with them was saying, don't do that. Do not do that. They're going to blame that on us. They're going to put that back on us. And then the Antifa people got mad. How you can get mad at the people who rights supposed to be fighting for and they telling you not to do no shit? So it seemed like Sarah caught an attitude with that, which makes me like kind of question a little bit how sincere she really is about activism. But yeah, I don't think that they should be together. One thing I would say about Ben, I feel differently. And I don't know if you guys can know this. I enjoy when I talk to people when I have a different take. You know, like, I don't know, it causes for more conversation. It makes things fun. I think the take that people have about Ben is that he wanted to be on TV. If I go with what I saw, that I didn't see that Ben wants to be on TV. I didn't see that Ben wanted to promote a YouTube channel. What I saw from watching episode 1 through episode 12, I saw a man that really wants to be in a relationship, but I don't mean that in a good way. I meant that, like, maybe he did do those things. Maybe he was a fuckboy. A lot of people do that shit when they're younger. And then maybe he got older and he like, yo, I'm into church. I'm supposed to have a successful relationship with a woman by my side. So I'm going to do it by all means necessary. Because he kept throwing away things that he cared about. And he wanted to just be with this woman and her say yes. He didn't give a fuck about nothing else. But it didn't seem authentic. I guess the best way to put it is, it didn't seem like Ben wanted Sarah. Ben wanted insert any woman that was going to ride this whole process with him. And when you're on there just for television, you're not going to push this to marriage. You're going to end that shit before. You're going to get all the airtime you can to push it before. I think Ben really wants to be in a relationship, but he may want to be in a relationship for the wrong reasons. That's what I saw from watching that show. I didn't see anybody pushing their YouTube and TikTok from people continuously showing that he gave out his YouTube card. Another thing I don't think that was fair for Ben is that I watched in real time how somebody he was with showed a picture of a YouTube card, and then the rumor changed to that he'll smash a woman and give out their card. Like, think about real life and how crazy that is, right? I would have to see continuous evidence of this, because I have a YouTube channel. A lot of people got YouTube channel. You don't have sex and throw out a YouTube card every time. And if a woman that you have been intimate with and you was cool with has a YouTube card, that would make sense at some point. Like, yeah, I do YouTube. Check this right here out. That doesn't mean that I'm putting my penis inside of you So after we're done, you're gonna get this card and you're gonna subscribe to my channel. Like, or I'm gonna fuck you so good, you're gonna get my card and you're gonna tell everybody else and you're gonna subscribe to my channel. The biggest way to get people on YouTube is to do things on a consistent basis, 7 days a week. Put yourself in the algorithm talking about topics. You're gonna get thousands and thousands of more people than go to a bar, meet up with a woman, have sex with her, and show her my YouTube card. It just when shit is that crazy, I don't say it can't be true, but the crazier an allegation is, the more I want to see evidence of it. A woman you had sex with in your past shows a picture of you, your YouTube card. Only means she has your YouTube card. It doesn't show any evidence at all that like this is his MO. This is what he does. He sleep with chicks, and right after he has sex, he throws out his card like a goddamn Ghostbuster, like a Ghostbuster gun. Like it's preposterous to me until I get more evidence or something like that. But that's what I thought of Ben and Sarah coming from episode 10 to episode 12. The interesting thing, well, I guess if we're gonna start with episode 10 through 12, I guess is that to start when. No, because that would have been all the way until, that ended with that argument. Okay, so this would have started off with the photo shoot with the sister, right? It's been a while since I watched episode 10 through 12. So what did I think of the photo shoot? I felt like there may have at one point been some jealousy, but I feel like the sister is doing what she normally does, to where her entire life she's just been in control of her sister, and she got comfortable with that control, and her sister kind of checked her, and then she opened up and said, okay, I'll give Joey a chance. I don't think it's any deeper than that, because I've been around people who have siblings, and if they don't like you for no reason, if there's no reason at all they don't like you, they don't change their minds because one conversation was had. They still not gonna like you. They're gonna be defiant in this. They're not gonna be as open as her sister was at the end of that photo shoot. It was like she was like, okay, I'm a little worried, and I don't know about you. You're a stranger and everything, but okay, I apologize to you, and I'm gonna be more lenient. That typically doesn't happen when someone just not fucking with you or not fucking with anybody that their sister dates. So I'm a little bit more lenient on her sister after seeing the photo shoot than most other people are lenient on it, because I didn't see clear defiance on that. It's really hard because I want to talk about spoilers. I want to talk about spoilers with this couple. All right, so this is what I do. I'm trying to talk about this without talking about spoilers. Okay, let's just say at their final meeting, the final restaurant meeting, Monica was giving Joey so much reassurance and validity in her love for Joey. And what I noticed is that Joey was careful with his words, and he wasn't returning it the same way. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. So when I realized what's going to happen, I went back and tried to see, could there be any signs? Because we, as the audience, really like them as a couple outside of external people jumping into their motherfucking business. And so when I went back and watched all the episodes again, and it's not just with Joey, it's with people who act like Joey. Meaning people who they almost seem like a caricature. to where they're always smiling, they're always happy, they're always projecting outward. It is a perfect way to keep people at bay of how you really feel. And Joey sort of said some of this stuff, like people think I'm just this dumb guy, but I'm really, really intelligent. I really think a lot. And then Monica was giving him affirmation, like, that's what I love about you. You're all of this. And I know what he means when he says that, because, I don't think he gave this relationship a real shot. It's just gonna always look like that with Joey's friends, girlfriends, parents, anybody who knows Joey or come across personality like that. It's gonna be so much positive that they aren't letting you know what they really feel. And so that's not fair to Monica if it's something that could have been avoided. I don't know. The only thing he let out was their conversation about her sister. But even in that conversation when he was folding the clothes about Monica's sister, he never said in context how much weight that this would put on his decision. I try not to blame anyone for how they feel on anything, because we're all different. I just know that, like, some fears you can get over some fears through communicating with your partner, and it seems like Monica was always open to communicate. And if they get down to the end, and let's just say they don't get married, and Monica was always open the entire time, I would have to put that on Joey. Even if the reason was Monica's sister, I would still have to put it on Joey. If Joey never expressed himself, how much this is taking a toll on him, if you've never had these conversations and you just break it off with somebody, then it's your fault. It's your fault, because they never had the opportunity to do anything about it. And if it is her sister, and if they don't get married, another good thing about Monica is when he was folding the clothes and he was giving his opinion, saying like there could be some jealousy going on if she's just not gonna like any of your boyfriends. The next time we see them, Monica has already checked her sister. You gotta accept Joey. So that shows what Monica is willing to do. So if there's something else, another reason, if per se Joey doesn't get married, and he never said it to him, I love his personality, great guy. When I was watching this with friends, I said, Joey, that motherfucker I want to have living next door. Where we supposed to be cooking out, having a nice little family time, and you get this weird knock, and your girl roll her eyes. I'm like, that's Joey, ain't it? That's my nigga. Break, Joey, come in. Like Joey's what's not to like about Joey? But again, if we're talking about relationships and you're not gonna be open to communicate, and you're gonna use this happiness just as a shield, like to where you can keep people and hide your true feelings on situation, then while it's positive to be a friend to you in that way, it actually could be a detriment to your life. So that's what I got out of them. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen in episode 13, I guess. We saw 10 through 12. Episode 13. Moving along. Trying to do them in order as I saw them. All right. So, very, very interesting couple. I'm trying to do this without spoilers. All right. The absolute most boring scene in the history, and I'll be open to hear your comments because maybe this is recency biasness, but Virginia and Devin laying in that bed was the most boring scene in the history of Love Is Blind. I'm seeing every season, every country. It was like watching paint dry, and I couldn't understand why would Netflix show this scene so long. There has to be a reason for this. And I'm just gonna say, let's say if and I'm just hypothetical. Let's say if they don't get married because of Virginia, right? Like if they don't get married and it was because of Devin, we can say, he didn't want to sign a prenup. We got some stuff we can watch. But throughout the show, all you see is Virginia saying positivity of Devin. Devin hit the major check marks that she was looking for, which was safety, which kind of makes me feel sad because it just kind of shows you the amount of fucking traumatic relationships and how guys may have treated Virginia in the past. That's her number one thing. That's what she really appreciates, with how safe he makes her feel. Virginia is always the one, in their lack of intimacy, pushing for the kisses, leaning in for the kisses. Not that many, even though, with Devin saying that. So, like, if Netflix is just showing these little flickers of how much Virginia likes Devin, I feel like a lot of people get their own emotions mixed up because a lot of the fans are thinking she's too good for him and he's just a bum. Crazy to call a program director a bum. He's a bum high school coach. He's a program director that started with a small company and went on to hire other people. You can't do that without success. I have been with people who have started a company. I was with a guy who started a digital marketing company, and it was just him. It's a whole LLC, but it's just one person. Then he goes on to have staff and other people working for him and other digital agents and everything. And just to see him go, he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire. Like, you have to start from somewhere. So when I see that Devin and his partner went to have a whole staff and everything, like, you got to pay these motherfucking people. You got to pay these people. So it's unfair to call him a bum. But I'm getting a little bit off subject. I feel that when people watch the show, once you see a beautiful doctor, if the guy not a motherfucking doctor, lawyer, shit like that, he's a bum. He's a bum. And he didn't want to sign a prenup. That could be true. But the missing piece that I see is I can't go by what we think or what the audience think. I have to go by what Virginia is showing me. And Virginia kept showing she liked this nigga. You know what I'm saying? She kept showing she liked this nigga. So I go back to that long, boring ass scene. And I think something clicked in that scene to where she realized how different they actually are. It's like being in so many traumatic relationships allowed Devin's calmness and safeness sort of drug Virginia, sort of like put her in a haze or a drug to where I've always wanted a man to be like this, that I'm not seeing the other flaws. And then in that bedroom during that long ass boring scene, she saw the flaws. And I think like that whole conservative family, the little niches of how he jumped up. Well, my dad's black. You know what I'm saying? And I see a theme with him. The first time I made a video on this season, I said, this is the couple that's not letting people in their business. Everybody else, I showed you the theme of the season. Everybody letting people in their fucking business. But the prenup, I don't let my mom see it. The bedroom, my mom and dad, they conservatives. And it's crazy because he seemed a little bit judgy, too, he was trying to lean in on, do you vote? Somebody said nigga talk like Batman, by the way. Do you vote based upon your Christian values? Because the world has made it believe that, like, if you're a Christian, then you can only vote conservative. I literally could be here on a live all day showing the fucking hypocrisy in that statement. But anyway, and I think Virginia's answer was more detailed and more better than the answer that he gave on that subject. But I just think that long ass conversation she woke up and was like, oh my God, I did find a man that's gonna give me that safety. I did find a man that's calm with me, but like, there are gonna be issues. Let's just say they don't get married. I'm really happy if they don't get married. And I'm happy for Virginia, but I'm happy for Devin as well, because I've said from day one, Devin never really got what he wanted, which was for her to open up. And if I'm seeing flickers of him being like this defensive with his family, Devin is in chasing mode right now. He's in courting mode. Devin is trying to persuade a woman to marry him, so he's not pressing. Typically, a person who has not expressed their true things they care about and they do get married is going to start coming out. It's going to start coming out. And I see that Virginia can have arguments and things that she wasn't prepared for because she thought that I don't have to do these things. I got a nice man who's nonchalant about it, but I don't think that Devin is that nonchalant. He has shown in the past when he had the upper hand of how he stick with these strong things. Even laying in the bed during that boring scene, he let her know what his stance is. And I do see a little bit of mama boy-ish in him. I just love my mom. I love my mom. Shout out to Sharon. But there's nothing that can come into a relationship that I can think of on any topic to where I say, yeah, hold on, now everything seems cool. It's just, I need to go check with my mama first. There's nothing under this sun that I feel I need to go check with my motherfucking mom first. I'm a grown ass man. So yeah, I see how they look good on paper, but even with him buying her the gifts, I think that was sweet, but like they were gifts he likes. He likes basketball. I got that woman fucking basketball. He likes jerseys and shit, and I think it'd be cute. I think it'd be cute if he would have bought her something else. If he'd have gave her something catered to her, of her liking, and then did that. And I also think it would have made her want to wear that jersey as being his missus with more pride. But I don't know, he's just showing flickers that Devin is a lot more stern than he's letting on. So let's just say if they don't get together, I'll be happy. I'll be happy for both of them. Hold on, y'all. I can't see my screen. So I'm looking at this right here, and I see that y'all have said comments. I can't take Monica or Joey seriously because they're always joking around. They're never romantic together. The sister is a jealous hater. Yeah. I try to be true with myself. I understand how the world is looking at her sister. And y'all saw my video. I was really hard on her sister. I agree with what y'all saying about her sister. But I also can't deny that I like that she was willing to be less stern on that. Because I don't know, and maybe it's my fault for putting myself into them and the things I've been through in my life. I know how it is to have a motherfucking sister that just hate shit out you no matter, they're never gonna like you. They don't change. The fact that she's showing change, it looks like if they were to got married, maybe in the future they could joke about it and be like, remember I hated your ass? I saw a little bit of openness in Monica's sister on that with that photo shoot. Maybe she could have been playing for the camera. Maybe she could have been lying. All those things are true. It's just I wasn't expecting her to budge ever on this show. So to see her budge a little bit, I ain't gonna act like I didn't like that. But I do hear what y'all saying. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. I said that. Denise is saying the spoiler. I said spoiler like 5 times on this live. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying who get married and who not get married. You know what I'm saying? Could be wrong. El Cid, shout out to El Cid, man. El Cid, thank you for supporting your boy. That's all I'll say publicly, but thank you for supporting your boy. I mean, it means a lot for a big reason. They're in different places in their lives. That does happen for us women sometimes. Natasha, I think you may be referring to when I say that Virginia kind of like let his niceness mask other qualities. A lot of men folk will be happy if they don't get married. Yeah. Virginia's mom is a politician. Wow, that adds a lot of context. That's a lot of context. Love is Blind. I want to make an apology. I'm sorry. I looked at y'all wrong for putting that long ass, boring ass scene. But now I see how pivotal that long scene was. I'm tired of men giving women their balls. Their basketballs. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Speaking from a man point of view, and I owe women an apology. And I'll do the apology before I go to the next couple. Something I was talking about with my friends about my YouTube channel and Love is Blind. So I'm gonna do that right after I do this. It was I'm the oldest, I should be the one getting married. Yeah, I agree. All right, so sometimes you can do things without realizing it, but that don't mean that an apology isn't warranted. Nobody came to me. It's just something I noticed about myself. I looked down my TikTok and I got 3 videos in a row. And it may be even on this channel, but 3 videos in a row where I say, women are hypocrites. Or women do this, or I show hypocrisy in women, like what I'm about to talk about on the next couple when I talk about Lauren and Dave, right? And so I don't know, I was just chilling in the kitchen by myself, and I'm just like, bro, like if I saw this channel, I would think that dude coming at women. But I don't feel like women are just hypocrites. I feel like human beings are hypocrites. So that made me go more deeper in my thoughts. I'm like, men are just as much hypocrite as women. So why am I showing all these examples of how women are hypocrites? And then I looked at the numbers. I'm watching a show that's viewed by 90% women, maybe 10% men or 15% men, and men who maybe I love to talk about relationships, so I watch it. Or there are a lot of husbands out there that's watching it, or boyfriends watching it because their girls dragged them to watch it. But this is a show primarily targeted for women. So it isn't that women are hypocrites. It's just that the data I'm pulling from, if I'm watching something that's 90% here, 10% here, then every topic, every scenario, there are going to be more women. If we looking at right or wrong, there are going to be more women that are right because there's more to pull from out of 90%. And so if we're looking at hypocrisy, the hypocrisy examples, you are pulling from 90% to 10%. So if I went and did YouTube on a damn football channel, some shit that men are 90% into and there's only 10% women, I guarantee you the same results of the hypocrisy I'm seeing is going to be a shit ton of men that I'm like, damn, it look like, damn, dude, these niggas is hypocrites. I'm like, okay, I get it now, because I felt like I didn't want to come off that way, but I'm always looking at things I say and how I say the things, because I strive to try to be a better person. Like, I have a big heart, big empathy. I want everybody to be happy, and just because you want that don't mean that you're gonna do the right things, or things may not come across the right way. But my intent will always be right. I'm that dude that just want everybody to be motherfucking happy and shit, you know. But yeah, that's where that comes from. Speaking of that, I don't feel like I need to go into detail about Dave and Lauren, maybe some specific scenes that happen. And the reason is because I put that video up the other day that I put on my TikTok, I put on this channel. But I was surprised at what actually, the results that came from that video, because people were acting like I'm making this shit up out my head. Nobody got mad that Dave was upset that she wanted to have sex, that she had sex with somebody the first week. Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm lazy. Don't make me work. Let me be lazy about something we both know. Don't make me go pull up all of these motherfucking videos, find the timestamp and get right on that shit. What's wrong with him getting mad because she had sex the week before? Literally, every big YouTuber, TikToker that had a problem with Dave had an issue that he did not like. That she had sex a week before. I've noticed that when you say something that's the opposite opinion on somebody else, and we're not even talking about us, we just talking about strangers. We don't know these motherfucking people. But even with talking about strangers, people get so upset and they get so triggered. It's like it's an attack on their ideology that they don't even hear correctly. My first video on season 8, when I use myself for an example, what did I say? I said I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. And I gave you details why I wouldn't care. Because you get on these motherfucking dating apps, and if you swipe on 5 fucking women, 3 of them got a booty partner. 3 of them got a guy in the glass jar. You got to take him away from, I like being single. I like the life the way I have now. If I want some dick, I can go to him. And end all of that shit put you away. So even when I gave an example of myself, I said I wouldn't care. So when I say that there's nothing wrong for Dave caring, I'm not even talking about myself. It's just that you don't have to agree with me. Dave does not have to agree with me. That could be something he don't want to get involved in. So when I say this and I show this, people come back and go, well, no, the issue is he kept going on and on and on about it. That's what I said in my video. Because I realize when people get triggered, they either, once they hear something they disagree with, they just throw all the other shit out the window. I'm like, but what do you want me to say back? I literally say in the video, the problem is it doesn't stop. Shit or get off the stool. Dave should have just left and broke up with her. I could not be more clear in my fucking video. But people were so upset that I took up for Dave that he don't have to date somebody who had sex a week before. They didn't want to hear none of that shit I said before. They just wanted to debate and argue with me over some shit I agree with them on. They like, nope, the second problem is he listened to everybody, his families and friends. I have been screaming from the fucking roof since this season started. I even have a video saying the theme of the season is keeping motherfuckers out your business. I even in that video going into great detail again why you should not let your family and friends in your business. Even in said video, I said Dave is fucking stupid. I showed an example of how his family and friends and him listening to him gonna fuck him up in a future relationship. How much more clear could I have been that I agree with you guys when you say this motherfucker kept going on and on about it, he should have broke up with her? Said it in the comments. I said it in the fucking video. Said it in my first video. How much more clear could I have been on that? So if we are clear on all of those things, and I come back to, there is nothing wrong with Dave himself, even if I wouldn't have done it, even if I would have given Lauren a chance, even showing that I am different than Dave. If I just stop right there and leave it at, there's nothing wrong with this man not wanting to be with that woman. Because while other YouTubers and everybody have made arguments about all the other things that we've said about Dave, they have separately said he wrong because ain't nothing wrong with this woman having sex a week before she came on this show. And am I wrong to, at that particular point, show the hypocrisy? What's sad at me is I had somebody that always comments on my fucking channel, and the first time like they disagree with me, they're making comments back and forth with me. We're talking. They say their point, I say my point. It's a little thread. They see all the comments, right? I woke up this morning and they leave their comments saying they disagree with me. And they deleted all of their other comments to make me look like I'm so upset at their one comment. I just went down this motherfucker going crazy. And I'm just like, why? Why? Like, if there's so many things to say about that, because it's like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Like, I like having conversations about this because they're so subjective. And to me, you learn a lot when things are subjective. Hard to learn when things are objective, nigga. It is what it is. But it's subjective, there's so much shit you can pull out and learn about life. But like, if you want to backtrack what you said, just make another comment like, hey, you know what? I agree with you. But that made you that upset that you want to delete everything you said except for your top comment up there, get a lot of likes on your one top comment, and then nobody can have context to our conversation because you deleted all your other shit. And I'm just like, maybe I'm gaslighting myself, but it makes me want to be more introspective and look into myself and be like, what do I do that be triggering people when I say my opinion? Like, why do I trigger people when I'm just having a conversation with them? Like, I'm doing the same thing you do. I'll say why I feel, and then I give examples of why I feel the way I feel. And then people get mad. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, here's Dave and Lauren in a nutshell, right? Probably would have been best if Lauren cleaned up that whole situation coming on the show. If she wanted to be with Dave. If we're looking at long term, Dave got a lot of shit he need to do to work on himself. So I think it's good that it didn't work out. Because if she would have signed a document, if like she never had sex with that lawyer, and she would have signed a document to get married to a guy like Dave, I mean, this motherfucker. She shouldn't have, it probably would have been best to be on that show to not have been in that kind of a situation, because at certain points when it comes to two people, you don't have total control. Lauren did not have total control over that lawyer. And then look at what happened, right? Would I want to be in the same apartment building with the chick I chose from the show, ex-booty partner, who she had sex with a week prior? You know, it's 50-50 when people fall in love on that show that they smashing in them apartments. A body count 2 in one building. But I'm just like, to say that Dave, like this wouldn't be uncomfortable. People, they compared it to the Uche situation. But I specifically remember YouTubers and people coming out saying, this man had sex 4 months prior. And then they say, no, the issue is they were on the show together. Well, let's break that down. What does that mean? It means that, I can't remember her name, but Aaliyah couldn't handle it. So what does that mean? That means it was too much for Aaliyah. Okay, so what you're telling me is that you dog Uche for having sex with somebody 4 months prior. He had no idea she was coming on the show. But this woman is around his fiance who he's trying to marry, right? This woman is around Aaliyah. Dave in the motherfucking apartment complex with her booty partner she had sex with a week before. Why isn't Dave given the same liberties? And then when we get to the movie theater scene, the final scene where they break up, right? When we get to that scene, I'm like most of y'all. I'm like, fuck this lame ass dude. So I'm looking at it with a biasness on Lauren's side. But the shit was shaky when he was coming out with them details of what they talked about off camera. And then it made me realize, wait, there's a scene on this show where Lauren specifically say, I did not have sex with him a week before. Okay, you asking me to sign a legal document marrying somebody who story not checking out. Now I don't even need the sister and friends. Fuck my sister, fuck my friends, fuck all that right there. Bruh, this nigga going wild. We in his apartment building. I feel uncomfortable. You say y'all didn't have sex week before. Now you saying y'all had sex week before. You saying that you never closed out that situation because you say that it did not need closure, but then you say you talked to him. Like, fuck everybody else. Just Lauren and Dave. To say that Everything was totally consistent coming out of her mouth. Ain't no fucking way I'm marrying her. I'm marrying her. Ain't no fucking way. We could have been boyfriend, girlfriend, stuck it out, and just see the natural process. But I'm not signing no fucking legal document 6 weeks after all of this shit. You know why? Because it would have been too much. It would have been too much, man. I don't know. Dude probably smirks at Dave in the elevator. I can't keep track of either one of their stories. People be getting mad at me when I say the truth. I was team Lauren. And you know why I was team Lauren? Because even if she made that mistake, for lack of a better word, I hate using that word, because it's subjective on, it's not a mistake when it comes to Dave because they never fit. But let's just say Dave was great, Prince Charming, perfect guy for her. And he was a good dude and she just couldn't take it. And he left. Then that would have been a mistake. But like, I was team Lauren because I saw a very authentic person across my screen. I saw somebody who looked relationship material. Lauren could have just as easily come across as a skank scumbag and she would have got the villain edit. It would have been hard to give Lauren. Lauren is such a good person. They could not give Lauren the bad guy edit. And she smashed the nigga a week before. That's how good Lauren came across. So like, but even in looking at that, I can't deny myself to say like, girl, you made some missteps with this. You probably made some missteps because if I'm fucking somebody, right? All right, we're not gonna go to a week. We're gonna go back 6 months, right? Because I've tried out reality show, went through the whole process. They done came and filmed all that shit. Done that before on A&E. It's a long process. All right, it is March. April, May, June, July, August, September. Am I gonna go from March to September not getting no booty? What's the day? March 6th. Am I gonna go from March 6th? Filming gonna start September, John. You might have an opportunity going to pause to find your wife. Damn. Hey, Keisha, so I got accepted for Love Is Blind. That's great, John. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure we good, we clear on this right here, you know what I'm saying? Because I still want the ass. Me and you being homies, that's what we here for. You don't want me, I don't want you. But I done seen 8 seasons of this shit. I know how I get down, even though me and you real cool. And I'm not saying nothing can happen. I'm not saying I don't trust you in there. But yeah, can we cut it off around about July? Cut off by, you know what I'm saying? Hey, hold on, Keith. Let me text you this. I just need it in print. You good with me, I'm good with you. No drama, no problems. And we gonna start getting booty on the 4th of July. Respond to that right there. Ah, girl, that's why you my booty partner. You coming over tonight? Not gonna be, I get it, Lauren. I get it. But you can't be, and I just say, y'all done heard me say this before, you can't be how the world should be. You gotta move in how the world is. How the world should be. It don't matter what I did before you. None of that shit matters. That ain't true though. How the world is, if nigga busting off in you 7 days before you go on the show, you may have some motherfucking issues with some of the contestants on there and men value and how some of the men feel. That's how the world is. But now I want to go back to how the world should be when I say the past don't matter. That's subjective. Because what if he told Lauren he was a porn star? What if he told Lauren he was a porn star? You know, he done slept with over 10,000 different women. He got a video called Dave versus the 1,000 chicks in the elevator, and they ran. What if? And then she would have said that was too much for her, and he'd been like, "Oh, that don't matter though. That's in my past. That's in my past, right? We be picking and choosing. When we want to vilify somebody based upon something in their past. What if he said that he was a porn star 3 years ago? That's been 3 years in his past. We would have vilified Dave because we don't like him because he's not a likable fucking person. But at the same time, would have been A-OK cool with Lauren getting dick 7 days before she go in the pods. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah. I'm glad I did this live and I did that last part because it put things into proper perspective. I got 6 months before I go on the dating show. Am I gonna go from March to September with no booty? It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. and it makes me feel like Uche, Lauren, they just got caught. They just got caught. People we love. Ayana may have smashed somebody. Fucking, what's the biracial couple from season 1? Lauren Speed now. Lauren may have got some booty. Look, this is a pilot show. We don't even know if this gonna be a hit. Lauren may be like, damn, y'all don't want me to go to this factory? Because they ain't go to hotels during the first season. Y'all know that, right? Y'all want me to go to this factory and stay in some pods and shit on a show that I never came out. Let me get me some dick before I go on here. Look, changing my perspective. Lauren and Uche are just 2 cast members who got caught. A lot of them motherfuckers fucking. They ain't going 6, 7, 8 months without. They fucking. Is that all? Did I go through all of them? I think I went through all of them because what the fuck do you say about Danielle and Taylor? There's nothing to say about Danielle and Taylor. So, yeah. I'm panicking now because I thought I had a meeting at 1:30 today. All right, now I'm cool. But yeah, that's my 10 through 12 video. He will have too much mileage on his style. Daniel more about Christmas and Taylor. Okay, I guess it's something else, something I could say about Daniel. I was so shocked that people still believe that Daniel was on her Instagram. I thought we was over that. I'm seeing new videos made and people just saying like he was, and it's just like I just feel like there's just one of the things that's a disconnect between men and women, and I feel like categories are not being broken down. This is what I mean when I say categories aren't being broken down. There are multiple categories of men that click on your fucking Instagram. There's a you look cute, I want to see some photos. There's a wow, I'm very interested in you, so I'm gonna do a little bit of comments. There's a I'm gonna jump in your DM. There's a I want to remember everything you say so I can know you more. And then there's a stalker. And I feel like the people who are upset who believe that he did it, like I don't think he did it at all. I could be wrong. I don't think he ever was her friend. But like if you put a percentage on the amount of men that just want to click on your shit, look at some photos and shit, they're not trying to pay attention to all that shit you saying, that's gonna be a far larger number out of those categories. The weirder a motherfucker is, the smaller the percentage, the smaller the likelihood that person is. And when it's something weird like stalking and doing all that shit, like I think that requires proof at that point. I think y'all have no idea how many men I just want to look at your shit, some pictures. Niggas ain't trying to remember your favorite restaurant. I was having this conversation with somebody that I know. What did I say to him? I said, like, shit, I don't know some of your shit right now, and I know you. I don't even know some of your shit. I know you in the flesh, and I don't know. I ain't keeping up with that shit. So I just think it's a disconnect right there. That like, play it out. I'm gonna learn your topics, and out of everything in life that's important to you, the biggest shit I'm gonna remember is Taco Bell and Christmas. All right, I'm gonna go on this same show that you're on. All right, I'm gonna remember your voice because I have no way to hear your voice anymore because I'm no longer your friend on Instagram. But I'm gonna remember that voice. And on day one, when I date all 15 women, and I ain't heard your voice in a while, but I got that Taco Bell and Christmas in my head. When I hear that voice, boom, I'm gonna magically make you choose me. And then I'm gonna use these things, and I'm gonna let you meet my mom. I'm gonna let you meet my dad. I'm gonna take it all the way to us getting married. Like the probability is so fucking low in this that it's just laughable. But yeah, I like them. They're my favorite couple. I love his final date with her and what he was saying about how for sure he was just offering her the confirmation. And when she was saying, every single day you make me fall in love a little bit more. I like it, man. I just see a beautiful, healthy relationship with two people who look like they can be like the real life versions of cartoon birds. But yeah, I like them. Got nothing bad to say about them. Dang, why take her on a photo session that got you in trouble with her Christmas photo should be on pause? I felt like that was a dream come true. Like everybody got this little one thing they always wanted to do if they get into like a healthy relationship. And I felt happy for him because to do that for 6 years by himself, like I felt very happy for him to be able to finally do that and know like he stayed himself. He didn't try to be somebody that he wasn't. He stayed himself, and he got what he wanted. Beautiful situations, like a beautiful love story, without the fucking the phone shit. But yeah, that's my video. I'm gonna go head back in, finish my stuff, finish writing my script, and I'll catch you guys. I'm probably gonna catch y'all after reunion. It's daddy weekend. And it's a bunch of traveling soccer. I got multiple kids in traveling soccer, so I'm finna be all over Georgia. So yeah, I probably won't even be able to see episodes unless it's really late night Friday after the kids sleep. And then when I take them back to their mom Sunday, it'll be just in time to watch a reunion. Follow me on TikTok. I'll make faster TikTok videos. I never cared about TikTok, but I realize how fucking easy it is now. Follow me on TikTok. And then I'll catch you guys next time.